Yeah, yeah, boys and girls.
Our demographic says otherwise. I don't know if there's a maybe girl in here, but doubt it. Mostly boys. Sorry, men.
What's up, boys?
What's up, fellas? What up, gangsta?
What up, gangs? Hey, still Sally on that Eagles pack, baby.
Smoking on that Eagles pack. Smoking on that Eagles
hey.
pack. Smoking on that
Crack me if you got 'em.
Smoking on that Eagle. Smoking on that Eagle pack. I'm smoking on that Eagle pack. Smoking on that Eagle pack. I'm smoking on that Eagle pack.
There's been some serious cope from Eagles fans, though. I've been kind of patrolling a little bit and just getting the consensus. And it's like the shit we say, and then people tell us we're coping. They're saying the same stuff, and I love it. I love that they're out. I love that not only the Philadelphia Eagles out, but the Green Bay Packers are also out.
And you know, Brent Packer guy saying we are your most hated rival, Anth, question mark. Aw, sweetie. The Packers aren't really a hated rival. We just wanted them to lose for that pick.
Here,
Lies.
They are a hated rival?
Yes, playing the Packers.
Sorry, playing the Packers.
Yes,
Yes, you're right. We haven't had nothing but good things from them.
My last three most devastating playoff losses that I have in my memory are against the Green Bay Packers. So
They're up on your list.
okay,
but sorry, if we didn't have that 20th overall pick to gain from them, I wouldn't have been cheering as badly for them to lose.
right.
But I wouldn't have been cheering for them.
Right.
Like I still probably, but
Well, yeah,
EPG and I have a truce. I can never cheer for the Packers again.
No, you
We
can't.
have a ceasefire.
No,
so.
the Bears. You can't cheer for the Bears.
What did I
again.
say? Packers?
You said Packers.
Sorry, I can never cheer for the Bears again.
You can't bear down or whatever they
Which
do.
I'm fine with. Caleb Williams.
Here's what I would say.
Right?
Not literally.
This rivalry sparked a thought in my head because we can't be rivals with how many teams can you be a rival with number one? And I think the Cowboys rivals in order, and I don't know about 2 and 3 actually. Eagles number one.
Yep.
2 and 3, 49ers and Green Bay. But I think it used to be 49ers Green Bay. Now I think it's Green Bay 49ers. How do you feel? Am I right or wrong about that?
I'll just say.
Can you have 3 rivals?
Yeah, of course, because automatically you have 3 within your division.
Yeah, but New York Giants are not a rival of the Cowboys. We just beat them. Maybe this year we had some trouble, but I'm saying
Right. I get what you're saying. They're in our division. We could be pitted as a rival, but it's not the rivalry like it is with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, Philly.
True.
If there's one
Philly
There's
is
definitely
the rival
the
of
rival.
the Cowboys.
yes,
Interdivision. So if we put a mirror on that from a Green Bay's point of view, Green Bay's rival
is Chicago.
is Chicago.
Or even yeah.
Does Green Bay view Cowboys as a rival or just
No, fuck no.
right? So can we be rivals in?
I guess not.
You know what I mean?
You're saying you need both sides.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the
okay,
definition of a
hated playoff team.
Okay. So Brent Packer guy is going to chime in here from the Pack Nation. Not that he speaks for everybody in Pack Nation, but when you have Packer guy in your
You better come
your
equipped.
handle. He goes, Anth, but those are like wild card and divisional. We lost the divisional and 2 title games. They aren't the same. And no, I'm not coming at Anth. Was more like being serious.
Sure, yeah, understood.
I agree.
He goes, for us, playoff, it's Dallas and San Francisco that are hated rivals, but during the season, it's just a game like any other NFC conference game.
Okay,
for
I
sure.
can
So-
see that.
so I
So
agree.
it's guys that you bump into in the finals can definitely be playoff rivals because you meet there
San Francisco
consistently.
and the Cowboys are playoff rivals.
Yeah.
Cowboys and Packers are fan rivals for sure because we've seen that we got to experience a devastating loss against the Packers. We weren't doing the show or we weren't Cowboy star alumni at the time that Dez caught that ball and then he was cheated on it, right? With it. So
I'd say.
what I have read, and maybe BPG can let us know, but it's not super important. But I have read that this has invigorated that rivalry between Green Bay and Chicago. Just having Chicago, because if Cowboys or Eagles were, it wouldn't really be much of a rivalry. That's what I'm saying. With Washington, maybe I just don't feel they're just a division opponent that we need to beat, so we win in the division. It's not like hate these Washington Commanders.
Thaddeus Knight from Facebook chat says, and great name, by the way, Thaddeus Knight. What about Commanders, LOL? Yeah, I didn't even, Commanders don't even register on that list.
They could be, because if they put
historically they were, like in the 80s and 90s, there was a bigger rivalry with the Redskins and Cowboys on par with like how the Eagles Cowboys is now. Because the Redskins were winning Super Bowls.
That's why
the Eagles weren't. The Eagles sucked. The Eagles sucked in the late 80s and the early 90s, and the Commanders were the Redskins, and I'm going to say Redskins, that's what their team name was at the time.
Exactly. Cowboys versus Indians, that type of narrative going on there. I see what the old NFL script was trying to do.
They were scripting even way back then.
And forget about how many Super Bowls they were winning.
Yeah, there was lots. There was a lot. But so it kind of can go and come and go. Now you got the Eagles that are really good. The Cowboys are always going to be in relevancy no matter what. We've seen that. But for me, I'm always gonna when we play the Packers, I hate the Packers. I do. I honestly do. And it goes as far as them being a team that has beat the Cowboys in the biggest games that I've watched. Same with the 49ers. If the 49ers have never beat the Cowboys in these postseason games with these devastating losses, I wouldn't give a fuck about them, right? It's like, think of a team. Like, yeah, it sucks like to lose to Detroit, but we've never watched the Cowboys lose to Detroit in the postseason. Right? Like a devastating loss. So it's like, I don't have that same hate. So mine strictly goes back to feeling how I felt in the last 20 years over the Cowboys' chances in certain games. Yeah. Strictly. And then it all just boils back down to fuck the Eagles.
But this is Schottenheimer in delivering the news that Eberflus has been fired on the show and to the rest of his team.
All right. So I just met with Flus early this morning. Incredible human being. Love the man, but at the end of the day, the football wasn't right. I've been in this position. I've been Flus. I've been the guys in this room. I understand the questions. I understand the concerns. And I will answer all those. Right now, the focus has to be, number one, about the man, checking on him, one. Reach out, tell him you love him, because he's a great man. Two, finishing this process. The exit interviews with the players are critical. We have to continue that process. So we got players rolling in here in the next little bit. If anybody's got questions, come see me.
I mean, that's, I think, pretty as professional as you can get, right? Like, what are your guys' thoughts on it?
I loved it. I loved how he just came in, sat down, had this. I mean, I don't know if this was the extent of the meeting. It certainly looks like he sits down, says his piece, and then they end up leaving like a couple seconds after this. One thing a question I had though, they showed the reaction of this one coach kind of looking right in the beginning.
He looked like a cartoon character.
The bald guy?
The bald guy.
Andrew Whitecotton.
No, that's not Whitecotton. I'll show you. I'm just going to let it play so we can reset it.
Maybe mute that.
Just mute it while I'm talking here. I'll show you the guy when he comes up. But
it's the dude that looks like Porky the Pig, right?
He's got hair.
Oh, okay, I'm thinking of a different guy.
So
incredible human being.
Right here.
Love the man, but at the end of the day, the football wasn't right.
This guy.
Oh,
so
for some reason I thought he was bald when I say. I mean, kind of going, but
hey, maybe he should be
Porky the Pig, though. That's what.
Okay, yeah, certainly. I'm just when I saw that I was like, because his face was like, that's a concerned face. Like they just found out Eberflus was fired in this meeting.
It looks like
are there Eberflus's boys in this meeting?
Right, which he's thinking
he might
right
be
now.
One and be like, okay, I'm out too.
Yeah, that's the shit, am I next face? That's what that is. Shit, am I next face?
That doesn't. I'm just trying to see. Yeah, you're right. I think it might be defense.
Scroll up. I think you masked
it. I did. So that's the offensive line coach, Connor.
Okay. Right there. No,
it's right here. It's right here. That has to be him.
Well, what's his name?
He's an offensive line.
Connor Riley. He's the offensive line.
Okay, he ain't gone.
Okay. No. Anyways, I was like, oh fuck.
And they could have also just,
I think that's
done a little
editing.
He
might not even be reacting.
That's what I mean. This could just be some editing magic.
Anyways, I thought
magic.
This is offense. This is kind of how we felt. So the 10 worst players: Nathan Thomas, Hakeem Adeniji, Joe Milton III, Jonathan Mingo, Luke Schoonmaker, Brock Hoffman, Jaden Blue, Tyler Guyton, and Trevor Keegan. Jake Ferguson. I believe that's 10.
Yeah, and a lot of these guys on this list: Nathan Thomas, backup, Hakeem backup, Milton backup, Mingo.
I didn't even play.
I mean, maybe that's why he didn't.
Right.
The big ones, of course, you can look at. They have numbers beside their name. Like Nate Thomas did play enough that he was ranked.
Oh, yeah.
Right? But Luke Schoonmaker, Brock Hoffman, Tyler Guyton, and Jake Ferguson. All those guys, veteran dudes. I'm not expecting much out of Hoffman. I'm expecting better than 56. I always find the offensive lineman rankings sometimes don't add up to what I see on the field, but there must be some truth in what they're doing. It's Scooney, it's Ferguson for me on this list.
Yeah, those are supposed to be your 1 and 2 on tight end. And we all expected with this type of offense with CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, and then the way Javonte Williams was playing, like Ferguson started the season off pretty good, but he should have had 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Honestly, because you didn't get the touchdowns really from CD, so you can't really say all the touchdowns were being poached by the wide receivers. There was opportunities. Jake Ferguson fumbled it a bunch of times, and then they couldn't replace him with Schoonmaker because Schoonmaker at this point has been a second-round bust.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So the thing that's more important to me is you have in the last few years that you've drafted, you have Schoonmaker and Guyton both on there that were high draft picks. And then Guyton, who's the starter at tackle, has his next 2 backups behind him also on this. So as far as we didn't think drafting a tackle was an important need, it's almost like the board here is telling you a little bit different. And the defense was a hell of a lot worse.
There's Kenneth
Yeah, 87 out of 89.
You got a lot of players. Donovan Wilson was in the very bottom.
Leofau? That's
Marquez Bell,
surprising.
Shamar James, Kenneth Murray, Savon Revel. Like Maurice Leofau didn't even get ranked because he didn't play enough. But you're looking, this is...
you're looking at people you see on the field every single week.
Well, and there's only 3 types of positions here: safeties, cornerbacks, and linebackers. That's it.
Crunch that even to 2 defensive backs.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
linebackers.
You could. So that's telling you right now what needs to
Except
be
for, of
addressed.
course,
The only
Jay
one,
Toya, but we're not including him.
yeah, the only one I'm not
He's not playing next year if they re-sign Kenny Clark.
I'm not giving him a pass at all, but the only one that I'd be a little bit light on is Savon Revel. Like I feel you're coming in halfway through. Well, no, not Dotto Dub. You're kind of that vet player. Like you're better than you should be better than 87th. Savon Revel's a rookie.
Dead last.
Comes off an injury. Thrown in to arguably not a great secondary, anyways. Plus the schemes where everybody was having problems. So he'd be the only player here that I'm just kind of like.
Wait, so if you're going to,
I'm not going to give him a pass.
No, if you're going to consider the schemes though, then that is that's a blanket on every single person.
Which your boy Donald Dub.
Well, the only thing
been utilized.
I still love Donald Dub. He definitely could be getting long in the tooth and not be the type of safety that the Cowboys need. But just look at his rush defense. That's what Donald Dub does.
He needs to be off the field on
Get
third
him
downs.
to the fucking line.
He needs to be on the field. He needs to be on the
on
field
running downs
and then off the field at coverage. Because can you just click the coverage for a sec? Because he's got to be one of the worst on the team. Yeah, and that's not good.
It's not good. But when Donald Dub had his great season that made me love him and get his jersey 3 years ago, maybe even 4, he was primarily coming down to be a run blocker. Yeah, he still did coverage, but because they thought he was always coming down to run, his coverage was better.
Yeah.
Right? Because they would make plays not really, I don't know.
Well, he's going to be one of the best run defenders if you look at it. Click run defense and let's see if you can give him a little street cred. Yeah, like look at that. He was, for the guys ranked on the team, Donovan Wilson was third up there. So, and
Hooker had a
elite. Hooker looks good, yeah.
These are the top 2026 top free agencies selected by yours truly,
Crack him if you got him.
Jake, a.k.a. Way J. Crack him if you got him. Devin Lloyd, for example, is a name that I've seen thrown around, and a guy who I would also go ahead and spend $20 million on to bring on to the Cowboys. I think that just bringing him on for linebackers are solved. Still go draft one.
Yeah, draft one, but it doesn't have to be, it can be in the 4th.
Could be in the 4th. If Sonny Styles drops to 12, boom, there's your dude. Now you've got this elite with Overshown, with what Leofau can add. It's a very...
Shamar James.
One dude, as we've seen with Quinnen Williams, can lift up an entire player group.
You just can't be scared to spend money in free agency.
Go spend money, get one guy from each of these, and then in the draft, we can literally go BPA with your like weight.
I'm even
on a safety or cornerback.
Well,
or
I'm even fine with if they shore up spots on the defense with free agency. I'm fine with them going strictly BPA with any position.
Sure.
Right.
I don't care offense or defense.
Yeah, we don't need the rookie cornerback to make a team good.
That's what I mean.
We don't need a rookie safety. We don't need the rookie linebacker.
Exactly. If you end up getting a guy that's going to make a position, if he's going to start over a spot, even on offense at 12, you can take and he's going to start over a guy. I'm fine with doing that as long as you've shored up spots. And that's the issue with not using free agency to fill holes, because then you end up drafting for positional needs instead of taking the best person on your board. That's why you get Luke Schoonmakers. That's why you get Mozzie Smiths. That's why you get, even Savon Revel to an extent.
Yep.
He might have been their best guy on their board, but the Cowboys have reached a little bit with players in the last few years. And if you're gonna have that happen, you have to be a player in free agency. And Jerry Jones, I know he said all in and shit a couple of years ago, but he has been vocal saying this might be the year where they start to push in with some money, and we'll see if that's true or not.
The Savon Revel pick, though, like at the time, you still have Deron Bland, you have Trevon Diggs, and you have Kalen Carson. So regardless of all three of them having some sort of injury, and then you just draft a fourth injured cornerback, you're still looking at it and be like, Savon Revel's a pick for, and I hate this thought, he's a pick for 2026 season, right? Like, if we can get him in and we can get him acclimated to the team, then that'll be a great pick. We're getting great value from him in the third. So I get that one, but for him to now be up on your list as one of your top guys, we just can't have that. It's just not going to work.
And I just feel like
chicken tonight.
But a big shakeup in the NFL 2026 draft world. Dante Moore, who we were really hoping was going to enter the draft, decided to go back to college. Van Wilder?
Back to college.
Dante Van Wilder Moore?
But why Dante Van Wilder Moore going back to college? Why is that significant for the Cowboys? Because we don't want a quarterback.
Sorry, I got
well, the issue is he was supposed to be a top 10 prospect. So if he's drafted in the top 10 picks, that means a top 10 talent falls close to 12.
And I know this is a Commander's article, but I believe what we're talking about, that's what this article is about.
Yep.
Removing a quarterback means that those teams that need quarterbacks probably won't make a move in the first.
So this is bad for Commanders fans also.
Bad for Commanders, bad for Cowboys. Bad for anyone who's there. Bad for anyone who's got a high first round pick, because we always look at it as like, okay, if there's 3 quarterbacks and you're drafting at 10, you're going to get a top 7 dude.
Yeah, it's sweet.
That's
why picking 12 is usually awesome, because, well, not awesome, but you usually are going to have a good chance as a top 10 in a draft quarterback heavy class. And the only reason Moore's going back is because he had she shit the bed in his game against why can't I think who they played now? But against Indiana.
Though my only thought around my thought around that would be the reason he's not declaring is because he doesn't want to get thrown into a team like the Jets.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
I think he wants to be the first.
If you're a good quarterback in college, listen to us, a bunch of bubbly Betsies. If you're a good quarterback,
those drinks make you gurgle.
No good quarterback in college is going to get drafted on a good team.
People could have said the same thing. Yeah, people could have said the same thing about Caleb Williams about going to the Bears. The issue is the winner of that Indiana and Oregon game. If Dante Moore smokes Indiana and he has a great game, he's going to declare for the draft and he has a chance to be the first overall pick. That's what I think, anyways.
And he's got time to get a haircut, maybe get that beard trimmed up a little bit, but I like what I see.
But it definitely does. So Adam Schefter said his decision is expected to have significant ramifications on the draft. And that's true, because now teams that weren't going to get a top 10 talent or were possibly going to get a top 10 talent might miss out on a player that they could have originally got.
Okay. So who do you think the Raiders take in round 1?
Fernando Mendoza.
Me too.
Fernando Mendoza, yep.
Okay. That's trifecta. Boost it. Jets are on the clock next. They also need a quarterback, wide receiver, defensive interior linebacker, and
so I think you just put all those selections, like quarterback, wide receiver, defensive end. Because I think they're going to go quarter. I think they have a very good chance of going quarterback.
Well,
They
especially, Ant,
they
if
need
you
a
look at
quarterback.
this and we see Ty Simpson above, it makes sense that they'd take Ty Simpson. I think.
Their next pick is 16. So if you look at the rest of the teams below, if none of them need quarterbacks, then you could
The
hedge
Cardinals do.
Cardinals need and
Browns, but I don't see the Browns.
I don't see the
taking
Browns
it.
taking one. No,
I mean, hey,
And the Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Yep.
right? Okay.
So I don't think Jets would pass on Ty Simpson on this pick.
No, I agree. Ty Simpson for the now. This is a tricky one here for the Arizona Cardinals because they need all offensive players, basically quarterback, running back, guard, tackle. So I think to me honestly a good spot for either Jeremiah Love or if you weren't going to go with Jeremiah Love, you'd go for the best player at a position, which would be Reuben Bain Jr. That's who I think they would go for.
I think this is my theory, then we'll pass to Ad. My theory is Cardinals need to do something. Bring in a running back who can at least give some electric plays. Who gives a f how they do next season? That's what I think they would do.
Agreed. Jeremiah Love at 3, I don't think is a miss.
Yeah, if the Cardinals don't pick Jeremiah Love, 100% the Titans will be picking Jeremiah Love.
So now we get to the Cowboys' first pick, and we have some guys. We got Sonny Styles, who kind of seems obvious for the I'm talking just the positions that we need. Jermod McCoy, then the edge, Keldrick Falk, Mansoon Delon, and Cassius Howell. Those are like our top 5 guys. I think Sonny Styles would be the dude.
Yeah,
Just locks up the linebacker
comes
position.
down between him and Mansour. Because Sonny does have some quite he's
just green.
he's green, so
But-
he could flop.
I just want to show you something. Great numbers, by the way. No one, and in good tackles. Only 2 missed tackles, arguably 1, because PFF does their own. But Anth. Jerk
Oh yeah,
off
he's
to
got
this.
good size.
6'5", 240. I mean, the dude is
Can we see what
He's
ESPN
legit.
has him on their board
linebacker.
on their overall?
And see Mizzy in chat saying Miami would take Carson Beck. He stays home because he's the
Oh, yeah.
Hurricanes quarterback.
Keldrick Falk here's at 8.
Okay,
I bet you Cowboys do that.
keep going down. Yeah, keep going down. Tate, so to me, if you're going BPA and going I think PFF just overrates people a little bit.
He's
with
the
Sonny Styles.
second
He is
rated.
second rated, but again, I'm good with Falk to be honest.
I think they go. I think the Cowboys would go Falk at this position. Let's just have a quick look.
Who
at
do
him.
you want? Who do we want to go versus who we think the Cowboys are going to go?
well, I think
'Cause now
Sonny
this is our
Styles could
pick.
be a gamble.
I don't like Falk, but
Yeah,
fuck.
he doesn't look great either. 6'6", 285. He's big.
I'd like him to take Styles or Delani. That's me.
Yeah,
Locked
I'm
in.
the same. So Ad, you're the decision breaker.
I think linebacker is a very high need, and I would rather go as much as I would say don't go a Buckeye, take the Buckeye.
Not
Sonny
upset
Styles.
about it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's just lock him up.
Sorry, Sonny Styles.
Welcome to the team.
We'll see you this weekend when we cover the divisional games
All of them.
Hell yeah.
All four of them.
live and in charge.
Come
in
join us
studio.
for that hot action.
Real quick, who do you guys want to win on the weekend? Just give me one team.
Bills.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
give me one team.
Bills.
AJ,
Yeah,
Bills. Okay,
Bills.
I'm gonna go with.
49ers. Oh, you.
Oh, never. I'll say Bills also. I'll pick Bills. We'll go trifecta.
We're
on
Bills boys.
So you know the Bills are losing.
Yeah.
This.
Sorry, Bills fans.
Sorry, Bills fans. We just kiboshed. All right, we'll see you Saturday.